Hey there, it's LB. How you doing today? So today I want to talk with you about some marketing techniques. A lot of people, they get into a business, especially like an online business or a way to make additional income on the internet. And a lot of times that business will say, that it's done for you, quote unquote, right? That means that you don't have to do much work to make money happen. So I want to help you understand that a lot of this is a lot of the reasons why people say it's done for you is because there's tools that do a lot of the work for you, right? But that doesn't mean that it has the essence inside of it that creates the sale. And you may be wondering, what am I talking about, Albie? So the essence of a sale has to do with trust. Know, like, and trust. Okay, if someone believes in you and trusts you a little bit, okay, then a sale can happen. That sale is in fertile ground of something that they believe in. Okay, now that little bit of trust could have come from a video, or it could have come from the words that you speak onto a page. It could have come from a whole bunch of things. But let me just share with you. The more trust there is, the bigger the sale can be. All right, and how to explain it, the bigger the sale and the lack of trust will stop that sale from happening. Okay, and so the more that is tied to a actual human like yourself who actually really cares about people and really wants to help people, the closer it comes to you being involved and people seeing your heart a little bit and seeing that you want to help them, the stronger the possibility of a sale. Okay, and so a tool can help bring you to that point, but it will never actually usually make a big sale happen. It might make a dollar sale or a trial sale happen, but it won't actually create a higher level sale that you're really looking for. And for me, I often will send out ads and get a trial sale, and I will follow up with those people and create a little bit of know, like, and trust so that a bigger sale can happen, if you see what I'm talking about. So a small sale, an entry point sale is not a bad idea. All right, so I just want you to understand that a lot of these programs, the method that they do, a lot of times when they say that you're going to be able to get sales without hardly doing anything, right? A lot of times, if they really are telling the truth, many of these systems, if they actually are what they say, and they actually are working, everyone suddenly just realizes that they're working, and they jump on it like crazy people. And kind of like sharks when they're hungry, they just all go crazy. Call it a frenzy, right? So, but when it turns into a frenzy, all of a sudden your opportunity starts dwindling away, because the chances of actually it happening for you are now greatly diminished. And the more longer that the opportunity is in a frenzy mode, and it starts to die off, right? And so I just want you to understand that real marketing methods, like actually really methods that create advertising, that capture people's attention quickly, build a list, and create real communication between you and them, those are fundamentals that will always be around. It doesn't matter if there's a frenzy or not, right? And you will be able to, if you implement those 4 or 5 things that I call the 5 critical skills, then those are evergreen, right? They always produce. They always do, because you're just going through a formula that always works. And you never have to worry about it being in a state of where it's either not working for you or it's in a frenzy and it might work for you. What I found is most of those done for you businesses, if I got a sale, it was very sporadic. Like, it hardly ever happened. It would happen once in a while. The more work I put into it, the more perseverance, then yeah, the higher the chance of sale. But that's kind of like a shark, like not giving up and just digging in there into the frenzy to get a little piece of meat, you know. So, you know, I don't really call that consistent sales. That's not really what I was after. I wanted something that was consistent, and learning real principles is really going to help you to be able to create that consistency that you're really looking for. So I hope this really helps you to define the actual what's really happening out there in the marketplace. I don't want, you know, when you hear done for you, it doesn't mean it's bad. Just remember that anything done for you usually means that there's a tool that's in place that will help you, but it's not going to be the all in all to help you create consistency. You are that, right? And there's nothing that can take the place of you. Okay, your personality, your uniqueness, your rarity are all major factors of your success, okay? And I want you to understand that's so important in the sales process, okay? The other thing that's really important is your mindset, right? If you are, there's a verse in the Bible that says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. If you are constantly doubting yourself, constantly don't have really much of a vision, if you really not sure of yourself, you don't have much confidence, you know, it says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So that defines you and creates your reality. All right. So, but on the other hand, if you have a vision, if you believe in yourself, if you are confident, then those things come out of you. Okay. Now, if you are not confident, if you're not a sure person, if you are doubting all the time, there's ways to get rid of those things. There's ways to you know, to create belief and vision in your life. But usually it means that you have to fight it, right? You have to fight your mind, find out what makes you doubt in the first place, right? And also experience helps you to gain confidence. Okay, and so the more experience, the more persistent you are in accomplishing something, the better you get at it, and the more confidence you attain, the more vision you get, and the more likely you are to getting sales and creating success. And then that success starts to create momentum, and that momentum starts to build on itself, and eventually you can create sales with very little effort, and that's because you've created so much momentum, right? Just to give you a little touch of what I'm talking about, if you want to start the basics, you know, usually it takes about 20 hours to become competent at anything. I mean, if you want to be a skateboarder and you don't know how to skateboard, well, try going out there and timing yourself 20 hours of skateboard hour time, right? And eventually, after probably 20 hours, you're probably going to be pretty good at it, right? I won't say you're not going to be a master or expert or anything. You might need hundreds or thousands of hours to become really, really good at something. But to be competent, you only need 20 hours, okay? And that confidence, that 20 hours can give you a little bit of confidence to get started and actually create a little bit of success. And once you have that 20 hours under your belt, you can start creating what's called a ratio. And a ratio means that out of every 10 people that you connect with, maybe you get one. And as the ratio gets better and better, so eventually you get 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, and so forth. Okay, now obviously even the masters may only be able to get a certain percentage out of 10. Okay, so don't go too crazy with this with the ratio. But once you have a ratio started, you can get better. You usually get better at that ratio. All right, and that creates confidence. That creates enthusiasm as you start getting better, and you start getting, instead of 1 out of 10, now you get 2 out of 10, and then you get 3 out of 10. And that enthusiasm allows you to have what people are looking for, success. They're looking for that success. They're looking to emulate that. They want that. And so that happiness, that success, that excitement builds on itself, creates momentum, and you start getting better and better. Eventually, you know, a lot of different methods that typically don't work for new people might work for someone who's experienced, because they have so much momentum. They might be able to turn around and do something that most people are not able to do very quickly because of that success, because of that momentum, right? And so I want you to understand that some things that are complicated and don't work for beginners will work for people who have been experienced and have confidence, all right? And so not every method works, depending on where you are on that cycle, right? Between, you know, starting out and being successful. So I just want you to understand that. Don't always throw everything away as that doesn't work, because it might work for a certain person at a certain level, right? And so there's a book called The Greatest Salesman in the World, and it says, I will multiply my value 100 times. And it says, I will find my best performance of the past and multiply it 100 times. So that means you take what you know works and build that ratio. Build onto that. Keep getting better, right? Keep creating more success from that. And then as you start to do that, you will start finding more and more ways to being successful and creating success. Anyway, I really hope this video has helped you. Don't forget to pass it on if you like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps other people to be able to see it as well. And we really want to pass on this information, this knowledge, and the vision to other people to help them succeed at the same time, right? And I really appreciate that. And also, you're welcome to come find out about our team. I'm looking to people, business partners who I really want to work with personally, and I will personally help you if you want the help, right? So all you have to do is just go to albi360.com, and that's A-L-B as in boy, I-E, the number 360.com, okay? albi360.com. There's lots of ways to get in touch with me on there, and there's also videos that you can see for making money completely for free, or learning how to make more and more money as you go, as you start investing. And these are all self-explanatory through the videos. So I look forward to talking with you and working with you. This is Albi. Have a great day. Bye-bye.